Hello, hello, hello. It is another week. Another week has gone by. And a brand new month. And brand new topics. Awfully cold out there, though. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Courtesy Call, the podcast where I rant about politics, world affairs, and societal issues. I am your host, Scott Perry. And it is Sunday, February 6th, 2022. And about a little over a week away from Valentine's Day. That's right. The one day, I guess, you get to show that you love your significant other or, you know, whoever you're dating, whoever you're with at the time, right? Me personally, I feel that, you know, you should love your significant other and your partner 365. Maybe actually there's a theory out there, an idea of maybe loving your significant other or your girlfriend or your partner like 364, and then that one day you just fight. You just at each other's throats or just hate each other. Sounds reasonable, right? Sounds really balanced, right? You save it all up for that one day. I'm just kidding. Don't fight. Love each other. You know, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, fiance, whoever, you know, love each other, be there for each other, as many days as possible. I mean, it's unrealistic to say that you're going to love each other every single day, every minute. I mean, you're going to have fights, you're going to have disagreements, you know, you might not get along sometimes, but, you know, it's all about resolving those problems and coming back together, right? Actually, statistics show that those who fight actually are better couples than those who just don't fight at all. Sounds weird, right? But I guess studies have said that, you know, the more you engage in arguments, it shows that you're emotionally invested into the relationship to the point where if things go wrong or tip, you know, either way, you know, get a little rocky, that you care so much about the relationship enough to want to argue or debate to make the relationship right, to put it back in its neutral and healthy, clear state. So I don't know. I mean, that's what they say. I say just. I guess when I was growing up, they said just yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. That's all I need to know. Yes, sir. That's all I need to know. If I could learn those two words, you know, then I would be golden throughout my my adult life and during my relationships. Throughout my relationships, and yeah. Oh, so yes, Valentine's Day is around the corner. Hope you guys are getting stuff, or hope everybody's getting stuff for their significant others. If you don't have one, I don't know, dating apps, dating sites, go to a bar. I don't know. I'm not really the guide for the best advice for this. I can't really like give you the best advice. I don't know. Many different ways you meet your significant other, right? So let's see. It is cold. We're still in winter. Yes, we're in winter. Anybody care to follow up with the groundhog anymore? When I was younger, we did it all the time. You know, we always, you know, were wondering, what did the groundhog say? What did he say? You know, what did Punxsutawney Phil say today? You know, is it going to be 6 more weeks of winter, or we're going to have an early spring? And almost 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a late 6 more weeks of winter. So, right? But I guess, you know, this year, shocker, he saw his shadow. So 6 more weeks of winter. So, sorry, you're not going to be able to get into your hiking boots and go on that early spring hike in, you know, in late February. It's going to have to wait until like late March for that. So, yeah. I love spring. So summer's my favorite holiday. My favorite season. Whoa. I have yet to have my coffee this morning. Just FYI. I've not woken up yet this morning. I kind of had a late night. I had a lot of things I had to get done. A lot of things I had to do. I was very busy. And yeah, I got up. Just got up pretty much at, oh crap, courtesy call. And get everything fired up and, you know, and yeah. So here I am, half asleep. So hopefully the show doesn't go too rocky, too bumpy, but we do have some pretty interesting topics to talk about, some interesting things in the headlines. So we can start with, I'm debating whether I want to start with talking about our wonderful president, President Biden, or if I want to start picking at the former guy. So, which one is it? Yeah, I think I'll talk about our president. That's what I think I'll talk about. Let's see what's going on in the news with him. Says Ukraine. Still talking about Ukraine. You know, last week I talked about how Ukraine and Russia are looking to go at it, and how that'll be bad for the U.S. I know that. President Biden reflects on 900,000 Americans passed away from COVID. So reflects on COVID. Marks the annual. I think it's been a year. The first I should say the first annual. We're not celebrating any of that. It's been a year since we've taken recognition of the pandemic. It was a very, very unneeded bad result. Very unneeded. Could have been resolved if the former guy had just done his job and just reacted. Had just reacted quick enough. Acted quick enough to the signals and the obvious signs, and did his job and prevented. And it took some precautions. Made us take precautions from the pandemic and make sure that we're doing better and we handle it better. We could have spared a lot of bad results from it. We could have, but the former guy didn't take responsibility. Shocker! Like he didn't take responsibility for many other things. So that's how we end up getting the negative results as much as we got. So. Let's see. Is there anything else? I mean, he's just pretty much been mostly solid. I mean, he's just been trying to solve the issue with Ukraine and Russia, trying to get in the middle of that, saying, hey guys, do not start a war. Do not break out any battles. It could hurt not just you guys, but the rest of the nations around the globe. So, including the U.S., because I think the U.S. does some business with Russia, some illegal business when the former guy was in office. But they do some business. We do some business with Russia and I believe Ukraine of some sort of product, or I think it's GDP and resources. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think we do good business with Russia and Ukraine. For them to go into war would cut supplies off. I think over by 30%, which will cause us to be short on some supplies, which means the supplies we do have, the prices of that will go up like everything else is. So, so I don't see too much about our wonderful president. I think that's all he's pretty much been doing is trying to, take care of this whole issue with Ukraine and Russia. So let's talk about the former guy. Let's pick him apart now. I mean, I would like to. I always like the opportunity. Every time I see an opportunity to pick apart the former guy, I don't think I'm really going to turn that down. I think I'm all about it. So, the former guy, you know what I'm talking about. I think you've known who I've been talking about for like weeks and months now, okay? Ever since he left office. It's obviously that previous guy who was in office. Don't know if he really deserved to be president. You want to talk about a rigged election? Look at that. Look at the 2016 election results. Look at how that fiasco went about. That is a rigging. That's how you rig an election right there. But the big lie that the 2020 election was rigged. I mean, that's obviously not true, and that's something that the former guy keeps pushing. The big lie and promoting the big lie and doing whatever he can to get the big lie out there. Well, as you know, due to his over promotion of the big lie and keep pushing the big lie, he has been suspended from social media. Now, I'm not sure if Facebook forgave him and has allowed him to be on the platform. I know Twitter has blocked him completely. I think that originally when they blocked him, they said indefinitely. Indefinitely, which means like ever. Ever. Or at least, could be until further notice. Who knows, 10, 15 years from now, if Twitter's still around, he could be forgiven or something and put back onto the platform. I don't know. I just know that he won't be on Twitter for quite some time. So as an alternate to get his message through, as a substitute to get his message through, because he's not going to be denied, right? He's not going to be denied. He's going to find other ways to get his message across, at least the country, to everybody. And he writes these little, like, somewhat official letters to, like, whoever he's pissed off at the time. And, he states his childish opinions. Now, recent is, of course, the big lie. Still on the fact of the former VP, Mike Pence, still on him about not doing his bidding, about not trying to get his hands dirty and try to, overturn election results into his favor. Saying that he's a coward. How could he not have the power? He should have had the power. He didn't have the cojones to do so. And this keeps ranting and ranting and ranting about not only the big lie, but also chewing out those who he felt could have overturned the election, which I don't think the VP could have overturned the election. And if the VP even tried, it would be that'd be obstruction. That'd be interfering with our Constitution. That'll be burning our Constitution, and would be highly illegal. But yeah, the former guy just is still not having it. He's still on the prowl. I guess he's going out, like, doing some rallies and some speeches, in some places, and I forget where he was about a week or so ago, but I remember he went into front of a crowd of his trumpets, or of his former guy, sheep. They call it those who follow, our current president, Joe Biden, President Biden. They say, oh, we're sheep for following orders from the Democrats. But yeah, I think he's got a lot of followers that follow, and who follow a lot of conspiracy theories. So many conspiracy theories. And then they're going to call us sheep. I would say, no, they're definitely the ones who are sheep. Absolutely. But he had his sheep in a crowd, and he's talking about the January 6th insurrection. That was clearly an insurrection. And it is talking about handing out pardons for those who have already been convicted of the crimes and have been sentenced to their punishment, or to their sentence for their to being held accountable for their doing of January 6th, for destroying the Capitol, democracy, and hurting people, and for that whole event in January 6th. So yeah, he's looking. He's obviously. Here's the thing I'm kind of confused about: is he running in 2024 or is he not? Because there's a lot of, like, hints and evidence out there that he is going to. There's a lot of signs out there that he is going to run in 2024, but then he said that he might not. He's told other sources that he may not. That he's thinking about, like, just standing down, having someone else be in his place. So it seems 50-50 he's even going to run at all. But he said if he does run in 2024, and he does get reelected in 2024, if he becomes the president again, oh, forbid, that he will look to pardon those who have already been sentenced for their crimes. Which kind of confusing, because I remember after the event happened, I think it was like on that day or the day after at least, he made a speech about it, about how it was wrong, how it should never happen, condemning those who were involved, condemning those who committed the crimes, and said they should serve a sentence and be held accountable for their actions. This is a whole new tune than what he's been saying as of late. Issuing pardons, I don't. You can do no wrong. You can do wrong, but in the eyes of this guy, you can do no wrong. He's just the worst. And take note, people. Don't vote for this asshole. Don't vote for the former guy. You want to blame everything on the Democrats. A lot of people want to blame everything on the Democrats. A lot of people out there want to say the Dems are at fault for this. This is most of the results of, like, especially in the beginning of Biden's term, all the bad stuff that's been coming out of it has been due to the former guy's doing. Right now, Biden's been trying to clean up his mess and still doing so. Things are going to be drastically worse. And you think about gas prices. Well, the gas prices changed, during Biden's presidency, But these are all from results of what the former guy, it's all from the aftermath of what the former guy did. So, vote for who you want to vote for, but I'm telling you, vote for the former guy again. If he gets reelected, it is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. You think gas prices will jack up, but that's because he's probably doing something that's going to hurt us big time in the long run. And so still promoting the big lie, hasn't really given that up. Still talking about nonsense. Talk about issuing pardons, flip-flopping like he's been known to do many, many times. Just the worst. Let's see. What else is in the news today? What's all in the headlines today? The former guy, cyber attacks, maybe coming up again. So if you guys be on the lookout for that, make sure you keep your stuff secure. Make sure that you do the right thing. Make sure you keep like an antivirus or cybersecurity software uploaded into your system. Be on the lookout. Make sure you don't give out too much personal information on some things, because there are going to be potential cyber attacks soon. We've witnessed a bunch of them last year and the year prior, where a lot of companies lost some money. People's identity information was stolen, and it was a nightmare. I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, we definitely need a cyber unit, which I believe we do have cyber police, we do have cyber security, we do have a cyber squad that protects people or watches out for cyber attacks, hackers, and firewall. Those who penetrate the firewall to make sure they don't commit any crimes or prevent crime from happening. Nothing could be nothing could be really terrible just getting your identity stolen. It must be very terrible. Like, you're getting all these charges for things. You're being getting these notices for things, and you're getting the wrong mail, and you're kind of being mistaken for someone else, or someone else is trying to be you and making wrong. It's just nasty business. So be on the lookout for cyber attacks. Watch out for them. Prepare yourself. And world news and world affairs. So ISIS, the leader of ISIS, and his cronies were taken down this past week, right? I believe so. Leader death is another blow for ISIS, but it's hardly the end. New York Times. Oh. This is what it says. Hold on. According to the New York Post, the good old New York Post, the title says, Chief ISIS thug blows up himself, family, including 6 kids, as U.S. closes in. Oh, my word. Ugh. Really? That's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. It just goes to show what a scumbag. Because he's been responsible for a lot of terrorist attacks, a lot of violent incidences on the U.S., other countries, and including his own people. He's caused a lot of damage, and has been responsible for a lot of harm that has been put on to a lot of people. And then he goes and blows himself up. Okay, what a coward way to go out. But then his family, and including kids, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. And yeah, that's absolutely horrible. Horrible. But it says the new leader of ISIS terror group blew himself up Thursday, wiping out his entire family as U.S. Special Forces swoop in. A death of President Biden called a final act of desperate cowardness. Absolutely. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby told reporters that Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashiri. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not very good with pronouncing some of the some foreign language, including Middle Eastern. Those are Middle Eastern and Middle Eastern descent. So anyway, he killed himself, his wife, and 2 children when he touched off the explosive on third floor of a building in the Syrian village of Atema, near the border. Pardon me, like I said, I'm not good at pronouncing foreign names or foreign kind of words and such. Near the border, which Turkey, the explosion, which U.S. Central Command CENTCOM Chief General Kenneth McKenzie said was triggered by something more powerful than a standard suicide belt. Leveled most of the walls and ceiling, sending rubble and bodies into the street below. So, good news is he's gone. He's done. He's dead. He's gone. He's done. But the bad thing about it is that, he took his wife and kids with him. So that's unbelievable. Stupid coward. Stupid coward. Ugh. All right. In other news, let's see. What else is in the headlines today? Do we got anything else? Yeah. Here we go. News Corp says it was hacked, believed linked to China. Okay, so. And let's look into this. News Corporation. News Corp says it was hacked, believed to be linked to China. News Corp publisher of the Wall Street Journal said Friday. This is on Chattanooga Times. Free Press. Chattanooga Times Free Press. It says News Corp's publisher in the Wall Street Journal said Friday that it has been hacked, had data stolen from journalists and other employees, and cybersecurity firm investigating the intrusion said Chinese intelligence gathering was believed behind the operation. The news company whose publications and business included the New York Post, the Wall Street Journal, WSJ, parent Dow Jones, said it discovered the breach on January 20th, last month. It said in a regulatory filing that the investigation is underway to determine its nature, scope, duration, and impacts. It said customers and financial data were so far not affected and that the company's operations have not been interrupted. Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, at least they scanned it. They detected the attempt. And saw that there was data stolen. They're obviously looking to retrieve that data, to get that back. If it is China, whoever it is, to hold them accountable. They're going to do so, but it did not interrupt any really operations and then like damage any major operations of any sort. It was just probably a small amount of data. Still important to make sure you have your data and to get that back and make sure your information isn't being thrown out there, being taken by just anybody. But yeah. Yeah, that's still that's some serious business. But it's just business, but that's good that it didn't interfere with any operations. So that's good. All right. Well, I think we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to give you more headlines. I'm going to do a headline or two. I'll give you the updates on COVID-19 and the vaccinations, a short headhunt segment, and 2 societal topics of my choice. Still more to come here on Courtesy Call.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Does your plug-in fade too fast? Try new Febreze Fade Defy Plug. It has built-in technology to digitally control how much scent is released to smell first day fresh for 50 days. La 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 la.
Subarus are made for winter with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, so you can help your friend when they break down in the middle of nowhere. Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand. That's a Subaru.
Morning. Can I have a coffee, please?
We can do better than that. How about an acorn spiced latte?
No, thanks.
What about a nitro charcoal brew with dry ice?
Oh, no.
The charcoal purifies the soul.
Just a regular coffee is fine. Thank you.
Okay. Let's talk milks. We got okra milk, we have sloth milk, and then we have fresh unicorn milk. Only $12 extra. Isn't that right, Caliber?
Whoa. I'll just do half and half. And my coffee?
Okay, but first, Fomart.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Okay, you know what? This is ridiculous. I just want a coffee. I'm sorry.
Why does everyone leave us?
This Bud Light Seltzer lemonade is packed with lemonade flavor.
Yeah, it even has more flavor than my grandma's lemonade.
She still lives here, right?
Yeah, it even has more flavor than grandma's lemonade.
Oh, no.
Guess her hearing is better than we thought.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade. Packed with more flavor than grandma's lemonade.
Every morning, I thought I had to make a choice. Do I use a toothpaste that whitens my teeth or one that's good for my teeth? Now I don't have to choose. My dentist told me about Crest Whitening Therapy, so I tried it.
From Crest 3D White comes whitening therapy. It's our best whitening technology. Plus, it has a fortifying formula to protect your enamel.
Now I get a whiter smile and healthy teeth all in one.
The 3D White collection from Crest. Healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, it's the least I can do. You really did me a solid with that, Maya markdown on my insurance.
Here's the deal, Maya. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right.
No, really, there are no markdowns, just great rates.
Pull around back in 20 minutes. I'll hook you up with the good parts.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back, everyone, to Courtesy Call Podcast here on IPMNation.com. For those who are just joining us before the break, I went into the headlines like I usually do. First off, I said, I hope you guys are hope everyone's looking for something nice for their significant other or their partner, as Valentine's Day is a little over a week away, which I believe is a week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so you got a little over a week to get stuff for your significant other or your partner. But then I went into headlines, talking a little bit about President Biden, how he's just going into trying to resolve this conflict with between Ukraine and Russia, as Ukraine's looking to invade Russia, Russia's looking to invade Ukraine. They're going to at each other's throats. And President Biden and other people feel that, if this was to happen, it could hurt other countries, including the U.S. So they're hoping this, that they won't go into this tizzy and go into any kind of war type stuff. So, also talk about the former guy, made fun of the former guy, of course, as I always like to take the opportunity to do that. Scott kind of went into how he's trying to, I don't even know if he's going to run in 2024, if he still is or he isn't or he is, but I know that he made a speech this past week in front of his cronies, in front of his followers, his sheeple people, that's saying that if he gets reelected, if he gets reelected, he is looking to pardon those who've been convicted of the January 6th insurrection crimes and pardon them from their crime, from their sentences. So, wow. I also went into other news, talking about cyber attacks. Make sure you keep yourself safe from cyber attacks. And as that's looking like they're anticipating that could be on the rise again. So make sure you are prepared to keep yourself safe from that. I also went into the leader of ISIS killed himself and his family and 6 other children. And a coward act after, when our troops, the U.S., our troops were looking to close in on them. So very coward act. But the good news is he is gone. He is done. He is gone. So I talked about other news and stuff. And the company, I think it's My Corporation or the corporation company. One moment. News Corporation says it was hacked and believed to be linked to China. And the good news of that is that China stole their data, but it looks like potentially it could have been China. But whoever hacked them, took their data, and but it did not interfere with anything major. It did not interfere with their operations. It did not interfere with the operations at all, really. So that was the good news of it. So that's what was talked about before the commercial break. If you have any questions or comments that pertain to anything discussed on this episode or previous episodes, feel free to reach out on both our Facebook and Twitter, which our Facebook is facebook.com/courtesy call podcast, and our Twitter is @courtesy-call-for-you. That's the @ courtesy call, the number 4, and uppercase letter U. Let me know what you think. Let me know your questions. I'll round them up, and ask them on the following week's episode, which will be episode 50. It'll be the 50th episode next week. Still looking for a special guest for that. Please do so. All right. So for those who have listened to previous episodes, know what comes next. This is where I plug local businesses who have been either affected by the pandemic and or didn't have a ad available to be thrown into rotation during the commercial break. So, without further ado, here we go. Moe's Italian Sandwiches, making the original since 1959 with locations all over the Granite State, including one in Dover, one in Portsmouth, and one here in Concord, New Hampshire on South Main Street. D Designs, for those looking to get great artwork done for either their website or business logo, feel free to contact Danielle Festa Keefe at dgraphicsnh.com. That's dgraphicsnh.com. Danielle Festa Keefe is not only a wonderful graphic art designer, but she's also a very talented painter, and she would like you to enjoy her artwork from the comfort of your own home. She's taken note that there are some people still out there who don't feel comfortable going out in public due to the pandemic, but still love to look at art and beautiful art, and appreciate local, wonderful, produced art. So she has come up with this virtual reality gallery where you can go on D Design's website or her personal Facebook page, Danielle Festa-Keefe, and you can click on a link, register like you would with anything else, and you'll be directed to a portal where you can go into a virtual reality art gallery little rooms, filled with artwork that she has done herself, that she has uploaded into the portal, which is really cool. Because, with advancements in technology, and technology has gone a long way, has come a long, long way, to the point where, you can do this. You can actually take a piece of artwork that you did by hand, and you can upload it into a system VR, and people can check it out throughout the state, the country, the globe, throughout the world. So it's really cool stuff. So yes. Check that out. Danielle Festa-Keefe's art gallery. And don't forget, if you want business through her, contact her at dgraphicsnh.com. Crawl Space Audio. If you're looking to do any audio projects, such as podcasts, or you're a musician looking to record your work, feel free to reach out to Dave Swillem at 603-275-2020. That is 603-275-2020. The Cake Fairy Bakery, located at 110 Old Londonderry Turnpike Road in Hooksett, New Hampshire. They offer serve wonderful baked goods such as pies, cakes, cannolis, dessert logs, other baked novelties. But what they're best known for, in my opinion, is their eclairs. If you like eclairs, you're going to love this place. If you think eclairs are okay, they're mediocre, this place will change your mind. They have amazing eclairs that are nice, big, and full size. The custard inside is a nice buttery, creamy, a little sweet, not too sweet, just perfectly balanced, in my opinion. And they have a nice, decadent, sweet ganache, like a chocolate ganache on top. That's just like, ugh. It's amazing. So check them out. That is the Cake Fairy Bakery, located at 110 Old Londonderry Turnpike Road in Hooksett, New Hampshire. Speaking of baked goods and bakeries, Clem's Bakery, located at 29 Indian Rock Road in Windham, New Hampshire. They also serve wonderful baked goods such as pies, cakes, cannolis, dessert logs, and even eclairs. But what their best baked items, in my opinion, is their donuts. They have amazing donuts, and they make them fresh every day. And of all the traditional kinds that you love, anywhere from old-fashioned, honey glazed, chocolate frosted, strawberry frosted, jelly filled, and the good old Boston cream. But their best type of donuts, in my opinion, are both their vanilla cream and their chocolate cream. That's right, they make a nice soft baked yeast shell, nice and softly baked, what you would want from a yeast shell donut, a filled donut. And they cut it in the middle halfway, and they put vanilla cream in the middle. And then they have ones that they cut in the middle and put chocolate cream in the middle. So it's not vanilla and chocolate cream combined, although that would be really, really nice. It's one set of vanilla cream and the other set of just chocolate cream, which is just that alone. That is amazing. It's amazing. It's also buttery, a little sweet, not too sweet, nice and decadent. Exactly what you expect and what you would want from a cream-filled donut. So it's just amazing. Good stuff. So check them out again. That is Clem's Bakery. That is KLEMMS Bakery, located at 29 Indian Rock Road in Windham, New Hampshire. Give all these businesses a plug, help them out during these hard times, and support local businesses. Absolutely, they could definitely use it. So, okay, let's see what's going on in the headlines. Is there any more going on in the headlines of today's news? Oh, how could I miss this? How could I miss this? So recently I read that CEO, founder, president, CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, lost, I guess, overnight. It was overnight. Lost billions of dollars due to some incident. Here we go. Let's look at this. This is coming off from the Economic Times, of the Economic Times website. Hold on one second. Here we go. It says on the Economic Times website, it says the Twitter explodes with memes after Mark Zuckerberg loses almost $30 billion due to Meta crash. Oh, so his corporation crashed. His Meta corporation, the Zen of Meta, has fallen. Loses almost not 30 million, but $30 billion. That's a lot of loot. That's a lot of loot. It says, let's see, let's read this here, blah, 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 blah. Thursday seemed to be an unforgettable day for founder and Meta platform and kinks, Mark Zuckerberg. The tech giant stock plummeted to a record low of 26%, leading to a loss of USD, that's the United States dollar, of $29 billion in Zuckerberg's personal wealth. So it's not the corporation or the company's wealth. This is his personal wealth. According to Forbes, the plunging stocks also brought down the Meta CEO's net worth to $85 billion. That's it. That's $85 billion. You know, that's it. No, not a big deal. Now we're sitting there like looking at millions as a lot of money, but try billions. I'm not sure if many people understand out there just how big just $1 billion is. How big $1 billion is. It's astronomically amount. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot. So going from losing almost 30 billion, which is, and 29 to almost 30 billion, and now his net worth is 85 billion. Call me crazy. I think he's still good. I think he's still going to be good. Although it does kind of suck. That's a lot of loot to lose, but I think he's going to be all right. 85 bill. I imagine with that, he was almost like 100 and, over 110 billion. Oof. Like, what do you do with that money? 110 billion. What do you do with that? I mean, I couldn't even fathom. I couldn't even think. I would be like too distracted. There's so much going on. You could buy anything you want just about and still have some left over. You could probably buy a country with that. You could buy a country. I think you could buy a country with the amount of money he lost. Or just 30 billion. Some countries are only like countries with only like 15 billion. Yeah. 15 billion. But yeah, you could buy a lot with that. Oh my word. Do so much with that. That's a lot of money. But it was it says it also brought down the Meta CEO in the 10th position in the Bloomberg billionaire. So those who are looking to rub their privates up against standings to show whose privates are bigger or who does better at this and that and this and that. This is what they do. I could care less where you rank in your Forbes Bloomberg billionaire index. I could really give a shit. But yeah, it says it is the first time since 2015. In 2015, first time since 2015 that the company's shares dived over 20%. Incidentally, this comes close after the Facebook app lost around 1 million daily active users on Wednesday. Interesting. I'd like to find out what that's all about. The development saw a spectrum of reactions from commoners, politicians, as well as critics, while Some took the opportunity to criticize Zuckerberg over his involvement with the 2020 U.S. presidential election. Some were overly critical of the 37-year-old dodgy equation with taxation. There was a tweet on Twitter by a man by the name of Dan Price, who said, Today, Mark Zuckerberg lost 31 billion. So excuse me, it wasn't 29 billion. It says 31 billion. Okay? 31 billion. It says today Mark Zuckerberg lost 31 billion, a quarter of his fortune, and still has 1.1% of all millennial wealth. That's very true. Very, very true. It says, to give you a sense of how out of whack things are. Oh, and it says in parentheses, in brackets, in parentheses, it says, and his tax rate is lower than the middle class rate. You gotta hate how it works. Gotta really hate the system. You know, when I was in college, I ended up my professor ended up having us do a mock budget of our mock tax bracket process. I'm meaning to go over tax bracket and just, see like going by like how much the U.S. takes out of these people and this people, and go down the board or down the bracket and come on and find out just how much how many taxes or how much taxes would be taken out of a certain group or class, and depending on the information that, based on the federal information that has been that is out there, and we ended up discovering, and you'll be shocked to know, that we found out that the richer you are, the less taxes you have to pay. And some who are wealthy don't pay almost anything, and they can get away with it. That's sickening. It was like 250,000. Was it 250,000 or 150,000? Anyone who makes above that is not subject to to a couple of tax deductions. It only takes the tax deductions out of those who are making less than 150. It's actually, the less you make, the more taxes get taken out of you. And think of all the items that are taxed. So, but the top percent, the bottom of the 1%, they don't get taxed with much at all. If they do, they don't pay much taxes. They don't. It's disgusting. It's sickening. And the system is messed up, and it needs to be changed. It's very messed up. It definitely, absolutely 110%, needs to be changed. Those who think otherwise are evil, and they are the problem. So, it says in quotations, Mark Zuckerberg just proved why you can't tax unrealized gains. Tweeted a user named Brad Roth. And another tweet, a user raised questions on Zuckerberg's trustworthiness. People invested in his stocks. Well, I could see where it seemed promising. It looked very promising. But then, not exactly. And it says Zuckerberg quickly transitioning from the least trusted person in social media to the least trusted person in the metaverse. I like that. Said Dr. Jeff Ross, another Twitter user. So, excuse me. A woman by the name of Barbara. She sent a message saying, Mark Zuckerberg, she tweeted, Mark Zuckerberg, he who has done so much damage to the democracies around the world, lost $24 billion from his personal wealth when Wall Street opened today. Facebook stock collapsed 26%, the biggest drop ever. I guess some people got having tweets of Leonardo DiCaprio of his Django character, of the laughing. This is the Winklevoss twins when they heard about the Facebook. Yeah, and all these comical tweets, people poking fun. Some of these hilarious. You got to go check these out. Go to Twitter, go online, check out these memes and these posts that people have posted making fun of Mr. Zuckerberg. Looks priceless. Looks priceless. Boys after losing $200 billion. So anyway, Mark Zuckerberg probably not happy right now. Probably not happy. Probably pissed off and looking to take drastic measures. You know, I think he's at the point where he could be cocky. He could be looking at himself like, you know, I need to know. I don't care about money. It's more about rank right now. It's more about rank. Where does he rank? He wants to protect his rank. He wants to be the best and always be the best. I guess now it's the greedy part of him that he's in that greedy stage now. Very greedy. So, yeah. Good luck with that. Still got $85 billion. Keep that in mind. $85 billion. And, you know, hopefully he's able to keep bringing it up. And, yeah. I believe there's a way that he can take some of his net worth and protect it and not have to owe. I think that he can at least savor maybe 25 to 30% of his net worth and be like, yep, the rest of it's subject to be hit, but not this. So he'll be good for quite some time. I'm pretty sure he'll be good for quite a while. Quite some time. So, all right, moving on. So now it is time for me to give you guys the latest numbers number of cases of COVID-19 and the latest number of vaccinations. So, for those who listen to previous episodes, know I usually do the U.S. first, and then I go into the globe, and then I adjust the numbers here in the Granite State, New Hampshire. These numbers were pulled from yesterday, which was Saturday, February 5th, 2022. And the numbers are as follows. For the number of cases here in the U.S., we have a total of 76,234,897 total cases. Without that number, very sad, very, very unfortunate, 900,141 deaths. Very sad, very, very unfortunate. Around the world, around the globe, looking at 391,036,137 total cases. Without that number, very sad, very, very unfortunate, 5,726,188 total deaths. Very sad, very, very unfortunate. Here in the Granite State of New Hampshire, look at a total of 281,300 total cases. And out of that number, very sad, very, very unfortunate, 2,246 total deaths. Very sad, very, very unfortunate. So, numbers are going up. Number of cases are going up. They have been going up. And they're going to continue to go up because people are mingling. The thing we should be most concerned about, the numbers we should be looking at that are the numbers to pay attention to, that are a little more important, are how many people are vaccinated. That's slightly more because people need to protect themselves. How many are vaccinated? The vaccination numbers are the most important. Absolutely 110% most important. But people are mingling. People are hanging out. People are enjoying social gatherings and social events and having a good time and doing what they need, and doing pretty much what they were told was okay to do. That's right. The CDC said about a year ago that if you are fully vaccinated, you should be safe to go out there and mingle. It should be okay for you to mingle and hang out with people and to participate in large gatherings. And that's what people are doing. And that's going to spread the virus because the vaccines do not cure the virus. It should be called a shot, not a vaccine, because vaccines actually cure things. The shot just suppresses it or makes you suffer very low symptoms at the very, very most. At the very most. So that's what we should be looking at, is the vaccines or the shots. And the cases are going to go up. They're going to continue to go up as there's no really cure at the moment for COVID. There's just the shots. Get shot and you'll suffer low to moderate symptoms at the very, very most. So, plain and simple as that. Speaking of vaccinations, the latest numbers of vaccines, the latest number in vaccines, how many vaccines have been administered versus how many people are considered fully vaccinated. So without further ado, here we go. Here in the U.S., we have a total of 541,999,000, almost tipping up to 542,000, and 800 total doses have been administered. That is 541,999,800 total doses have been administered here in the U.S. With that number, 211,707,700 people are considered fully vaccinated, which is awesome. Here in the Granite State, New Hampshire. Oh wait, did around the world? Oh, excuse me. I think I did that wrong. Did I? No, I did it right. Okay. Actually, let's see. Yeah. So 211,707,700. Yep. There we go. Okay. Yep. So that was the numbers for the U.S. Around the world, around the globe, we have a total of 10,177,903,134 total doses have been administered. With out of that number, there are 4,104,698,086 people who are considered fully vaccinated, which is 52%, 52.8%, which has stayed the same, roughly the same since last week. Which is okay. We're in that waiting period to get that second shot. I understand. We'll wait 2 more weeks and see if that number goes up, right? Right? And by the way, the U.S. is at 64.2%. 64.2. Moved up a little bit. So, here in the Granite State, New Hampshire, we have a total of 2 billion. Excuse me, not 2 billion. I thought it was a billion in New Hampshire. Excuse me. We have a total of 2,575,708 total doses have been administered here in the Granite State, New Hampshire. With out of that number, we have 938,039 people who are considered fully vaccinated, which leaves that number at an even 69%. That's right. 69%. 1% to go before we hit that 70. We're almost there. We're just waiting for another week or two for those people who have gotten their first shot to get their second, which makes sense because if you've gotten your first shot, you should get your second one. They go together, guys. You know, and the second shot is I believe it or not, I mean, I don't think it's less intense. It's not exactly intense. I don't think any of the shots are intense. It's less side effects. It doesn't have much side effects at all. The second one, the first one, to me was the one I was like, I experienced some side effects, but the second one barely any, not really much at all. So a bit all, but yeah, we'll wait another week or two to see if those who have received only one dose get their second dose and see what that number is, and see if we can move it up a little bit. See if we can get the world to go to 52, or go to 53 or 54%. United States to get to an even 65 at least, and for the Granite State, New Hampshire, to push that 69% to a even 70 would be progress. Keep it up. Get your shots. Get your doses. It makes sense. Stay safe while you mingle and have fun. Plus, there's a lot of places requiring you to be fully vaccinated before you can even participate. Some require also a negative test result, which that can be tedious if you're looking to do a lot of fun things or some fun things. You know, you're going to have to be, you have to keep getting tested, so which can be a pain. Just get yourself fully vaccinated and be able to do a lot of things and be safe and protected from, if you were to get the virus, experience low to moderate symptoms at the very, very most. So do it up. Makes sense. So, all right, now it's time for the Headhunt segment. This is the part in the show where I go on social media outlets such as Facebook or Twitter, mainly Facebook. I go on major news networks' Facebook pages like CNN, MSNBC, and I go on a local news network of WMUR News 9. And I look up articles that they have posted within 24 hours and search for people's comments or questions. See if people questioned or comment questions or questions or comments underneath the article, and try to search for those comments that I feel were, lack some substance, lack some intelligence, lack some, there's some pieces missing there, and I try to add my 2 cents worth to it, or questions I feel like weren't fully answered or answered at all, which I'll answer it to the best of my ability. So I do about 2 or 3 of these, and I think that I am going to probably do only 2 this episode for many reasons. So, because we're trying to keep it short today, and, it's just like sometimes you can only go with 2, right? Because it takes a long time to search for things sometimes. But anyway, without further ado, here we go. So, the first article is going to be on CNN. CNN's Facebook page. I do trust CNN. I do believe they give accurate news. I believe they do. And we are looking for... And let's see. All right, so this is an article on CNN that says, President Biden, our wonderful President Biden, sets first-year record with 6.6 million jobs added, which is that's an achievement. That is an accomplishment. That is an accomplishment to be proud of. Absolutely. Employers added a record of 6.6 million jobs during wonderful President Biden's first 12 months in office. By far the strongest record of any president first year in office. Agreed. And we have a guy named Benny who comments underneath. He says, maybe you forgot this part. I understand you're a CNN and all about the great resignation continues a long historical path among all years of quits data reported by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I think he's missing a few words or a few things here. Statistics through November of 2021 on an average of more than 3.9 million workers quit their jobs each month, meaning 2021 will hold the highest average record, topping 2019 average of 3.5 million. But okay, carry on. Look, Benny, you can't control how many people are going to quit their jobs. I mean, especially, when you're trying to keep everybody safe and do the right thing. There's a lot of nut jobs out there that don't want to do the right thing. All they want to do is cause chaos. It's about me, my needs, what I want. They're not being considerate of other people and what we all got to do to make sure we have everything, keep everybody safe. So, I mean, if people quit their jobs, and they're cowards for doing so. A lot of them are cowards. Someone could have used a career change or a job change due to some things, but all in all, you quit your job, you're a coward. You are. So we shouldn't praise those people. We shouldn't look at those people and be like, oh, yeah. The fact that our wonderful President Biden created 6.6 million. 6.6 million jobs and has that opportunity for everybody to take advantage of. That alone is an accomplishment. That is accomplishment. That is better, they say, better than any other president has done in their first year. Including, yes, some people's beloved former orange guy. The orange guy. The former guy in office. Yeah, 10 times, 20, 50 times, way so much better. So much better. So, you could be all upset about all you want. I don't like the fact that our wonderful President Biden's being praised for doing the right thing, but that's just what you're going to have to deal with and have to hear. That is the truth. He is better than the former guy by a large margin, and he is a very good president for us. He is. He has some things he needs to work on. Every president's had a couple of things that they could have handled better. Absolutely. But overall, he's doing a pretty damn good job. So I think thanks for your comment. I'm pretty sure CNN, respects it or appreciates you commenting, but your comment, sure, it doesn't matter. I mean, people are leaving their jobs, and you think it has to do with him. That has to do with solely people being cowardice. But no. You know what, Benny? Carry on. All right. Next will be off MSNBC's Facebook page. And this one is a hot one. This one was posted yesterday, late morning. Late morning. Well, it was actually in the afternoon. It was right afternoon. In the afternoon. So, little afternoon. Little afternoon. So, this is this article has to deal with Kristen Sinema. It says opinion. The one thing that Kristen Sinema is very right about. And it says the Senate's voting process is slow and lumbering and could affect Biden's Supreme Court nomination. As you know, he was looking to nominate. He had a lot of people in mind, but I guess some guy, someone of color, a woman of color, he was looking to nominate, and a lot of people are having a problem with it because they want to say their reasons is this, reasons is that. It kind of brings it down to like racism. If you read it, if you look into it, it's people who disagree with it are kind of promoting racism in a way, if you think about it. So anyway, so that's what this article is about. And a man by the name of Mike, said it's slow because Democrats are thinking they need approval from Republican when they start playing in the same rules as Republicans did and are going to do if they take power again. The issue will be mute. Hey, Democrats, you have the power to be adults. Make those decisions for us, the American people, for generations to come. Stop trying to gain approval from Republicans. Okay, maybe I agree with this. I don't disagree with this. Maybe I agree with this. Yeah, I agree with Mike. I agree. We have to stop seeing. We want to work 50-50. We want to be 50-50, but we don't want to be. We don't want to kind of feel like we're slowing our process down because one party just doesn't want to do the right thing. We have to all know what the right thing is. We have to agree on what the right thing is and do the right thing. We can't ask permission from the other party because Republicans are just going to shoot it down. The Democrats do have the power. The Democrats do, but they still doing what Democrats love to do, and as be considerate. And considerate of their opponents, considerate of the other party. Something Republicans have no interest in doing. The Republicans are out for themselves, only for themselves, and only if it gains their best interest. That's Republicans. Democrats like to be considerate, like to be, to be nicer, or like to, be fair and do things the fair and right way. So yeah, we got to stop asking Republicans for permission. I agree with Mike. I agree. I think that's all I got. Yeah. Still a former guy here. I got one. Okay, here's a big one. Here's a good one right here. Still on MSNBC's Facebook page, and this was posted yesterday morning. morning, and it says it says how the former guy is systematically threatening our democracy. It says the American people have stopped the former guy keeps the American people have stopped the former guy. The most important coalition is coalition that threw the former guy out of office in 2020. But if enough Americans want to see him back, the future of the country is in dire straits. And this was said by David Jolly. David Jolly says. So it's, again, how the former guy is systematically threatening our democracy. And he has. He has threatened our democracy. He has helped damage it. He has helped destroy it. The January 6th insurrection was clear proof he was looking to destroy it, and he has accomplished so. He's destroyed a chunk of it, a piece of it. So, but this guy by the name of Jason commented underneath that he says, I would take the former guy, he uses obviously his actual name, I would take the former guy over what we have now any day. He would take the former guy over what we have any day. Really, 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 really. So you will take a guy who makes fun of a lot of people out there, like people who are innocent, people who don't deserve to be made fun of, and comes across racist and prejudiced, who can't handle his anger appropriately, who can't do things the appropriate way, who ignores the pandemic and is partially responsible for the awful outcome for everything. You rather have a guy in office who is just crude against people trying to do the nice thing, who doesn't really care about you people, just cares about what's in his pocket. You know, you take someone like that over someone who's actually done his job, who it's been said, it's fact, I believe, that our current president has done a lot better in his first year than the former guy. Yes, you rather take someone who insults someone, who is rude, who is potentially racist and prejudiced, who represents our country poorly, and who is just kind of not really a good. He's awful, just an awful person. You'd rather take him over a president that creates more jobs, that looks to get us clean energy, that cares about the people, who respects our people and talks respectfully to everybody. You'd rather have someone over that. You're out of your mind. I don't think you're thinking this through. I think that you don't understand what's going on. I think you need to really consider, your whole. You got to take back that comment. You have to think about that comment. Because I disagree that that's something that you would want to do. That's I don't. Yeah, no. I am all set. I'd rather take the president we have now. The president we have now is 10 times better than the former guy that we had. Hands down. Absolutely. That's absolutely. So, Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. All right. So let's look at another one. Let's get for another one here. All right. So this next one, I'm going to do a third one. I know I said two. I'm sorry. I'll do a third one real quick. I'm going to submit real quick and wrap it up. So with that. This one's off of WMUR News 9 Facebook page. For those who don't know who WMUR News 9 is, for those who live here in the Granite State, it's our local news source where we get most of our local news and some of our national news from. So, but this is off from their Facebook page, and it says the change in booster guidelines could help immunocompromised people get fourth dose. Ooh. Says the guidance for a fourth COVID-19 booster shot is being clarified after some immunocompromised people struggled to get them. Here's what's changing. It has an article about what's changing and all the information and the details about that and such. And a man by the name of Dave says, he commented underneath, he says, I can't believe people still trust the science. Really? Wow. Can't believe people are trusting the science. Wow. Why would you not trust science? That's what I'm asking. I mean, science it's fact. It's factual. It's people who have studied this for years and years and years conduct experiments that are straightforward experiments that produce factual results. And these are what we based everything off from, is these factual results. So it's based off of facts. It's a fact process of finding facts, essentially. And we base everything else off from that. How can you not trust science? You're sounding like a right-wing conspiracy nut. Like a right-wing nut. You're sounding just like one of those wing nuts who are waiting for JFK to come back, or JFK Jr. to come back, waiting for people to show up out of nowhere and waiting for, a former guy to come up and announce he's someone else, or for aliens to come over and take over, or, for all these ridiculous, like National Enquirer kind of claims. You're sounding like one of them. That you could be one of them. Anybody who doesn't trust science is, woof. That's just, that's awful. That's awful. Dave, I recommend that you trust science, believe in science, change your whole view around. I mean, if you're not going to trust in science, you don't trust in facts. You don't trust in facts, you're just a loon. And loons cause problems. Loonies and wingnuts, they just cause problems. That's all they do. And we don't need any more of that. And you would be the problem. You are the problem. So, just letting you know. Just letting you know. All right. Well, that is it. That wraps up the Headhunt segment. Again, any questions or comments that pertain to anything discussed on this episode or previous episodes, feel free to reach out on both our Facebook and Twitter, which our Facebook is Courtesy Call, facebook.com/Courtesy Call Podcast, and our Twitter is @Courtesy Call for you. That's the @ Courtesy Call, the number 4, and uppercase letter U. Let me know your thoughts and how you feel about everything, and I'll gather it up this upcoming week, and we'll address it on next week's 50th episode. Yes. Which will be available for download a week from today, which will be Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, February 13th, 2022 at 10 a.m. here on IPMNation.com. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, another quick commercial break. When we come back, it's 2 societal topics of my choice. So don't go anywhere. Still more to come here on Courtesy Call.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Coming in to get a deal that includes existing customers. He'd probably buy Maple. We'll give him an even 6 foot. It's this guy!
Wait. Did I just hear existing customers can get a deal?
Yep, at AT&T, new and existing customers get our best deal on all smartphones.
That's pretty great. You think I look 6 foot?
I sure do. Kind of.
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives new and existing customers the same great deals on all smartphones. Get up to $800 off our latest 5G smartphones.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Oh my, with Chase Freedom Unlimited, I earn all this cash back? Oh, I gotta tell everyone. Hey, Rita, you can earn 3% on dining, including takeout.
Bon appetit.
Hey, Kim, you earn 5% on travel purchase through Chase.
Way ahead of you.
Hey, Neil, you can earn 3% at drugstores.
Buddy, I'm right here. Why are you yelling?
Because that's what I do. You're always earning with 5% cash back on travel purchased through Chase. 3% at drugstores, 3% on dining, including takeout, and 1.5% on everything else you buy. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Building a better bank starts with looking at something old and saying, really? So Capital One is building something completely new. Capital One Cafes. Inviting places with people here to help you, not sell you. And savings and checking accounts with no fees or minimums, because that's how it should be. You can open one from right here or anywhere in 5 minutes. Seriously, 5 minutes. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
The greatest stories don't have to end.
If we do this, we're gonna do it our own way.
They can expand, evolve, connect each generation to the next. The stories continue. Only on Disney Plus.
Welcome back, everyone, to Courtesy Call Podcast here on IPMNation.com. For those who are just joining us before the break, let's see. I addressed the issue with Mr. Mark Zuckerberg and why he's not very happy lately, why he's not having a good week. And that would be, of course, because his corporation Meta, the Metaverse, lost about about $30 billion. Not million, billion, which you really have to understand just how much a billion really is. It's an astronomical amount of money. It's a lot of money. Even a million's a lot of money, but a billion is a lot of money. So, so he's not happy losing that much, and it was due to Facebook and the Meta Corporation losing about 26% in the stocks. For various reasons, factors or things going on, reasons why he lost that much and it dropped to that much. Make anybody feel uncomfortable, I mean, it's 30 billion, but don't worry, he's still good. Still got 85 billion in his net worth. Okay. So he's good. He's still good. It's just losing about 30 billion is just not that great either. You go from like 110 billion net worth to now 85, lost about 30. That still doesn't feel great. That's pretty upsetting. It's kind of like having $110 and losing 30 and only having like 85, Well, if you're on the math, not the math's not 100% there, but it's pretty much around that area. You know what I mean? It's upsetting. So, So I kind of talked about that and addressed that. I also gave you the latest updates on COVID-19 and the vaccinations, as well as conducted the headhunt segment, which was good. So, again, if you have any questions or comments that pertain to anything discussed on this episode or previous episodes, feel free to reach out on both our Facebook and Twitter pages, which our Facebook is facebook.com/courtesycallpodcast. And our Twitter is @CourtesyCall4U. That is the @ Courtesy Call, the number 4, and uppercase letter U. Let me know what you think. I'll look for them this upcoming week, and we'll gather them up, and we'll adjust them on next week's episode. Next week's episode, which will be episode 50. That's right. The 50th episode will be next week, which will be available for download next Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, February 13th, 2022 at 10 a.m. here on IPMNation.com. So, all right. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend, or what's left of it. Tomorrow we hit the grind, go back into the grind, right? Hope you guys are doing some fun things this weekend. Hope you guys are going to go out and enjoy some things. There's still snow on the ground, absolutely plenty of it. Enjoy those fun wintry activities. Do some snowboarding, skiing, maybe some tubing, sledding, build a snowman, all the above. This weekend, let's see. I've just been busy. Not too much going on this weekend. What's up with the Olympics? Olympics are going on, right? The Olympics started this past weekend. The opening ceremony, of course, was last Friday. Technically, it was Thursday, but it aired last Friday, I believe. Friday night. So the games are underway. U.S. is doing not too bad. We're also looking at Switzerland, Sweden, Finland, Russia, Czech Republic, all those other countries. I love the Winter Olympics. I love the Olympics in general because it's sports, competition. But especially the Winter Olympics because knowing hockey being my number one favorite sport of all time, this is, that's one of the big headlining events, sports in the Winter Olympics next to skiing and snowboarding, right? And, of course, you got figure skating. A sport that I'm looking forward to seeing the most right now, other than ice hockey and other things, is I'm really taking interest into this biathlon event. For those who haven't seen this event and don't know what it is, it's the participants are skiing. They ski with a shotgun, a rifle around them, behind them, strapped to them. And they take it out and they shoot targets and they have to ski to the locations and shoot these targets. They miss a target, they have to redo it again or have to go back and do laps, which, skiing and I don't think it's not downhill either. It's cross country. With anybody who's cross country skied before, it's a lot of work. It's a workout. It's definitely a workout. And to carry a gun that has weight to it, and then you have to breathe correctly so that way you can hit your mark. And you miss, you have to do laps. That's intense. That's an intense activity right there. But I do love those kind of things. So I would love to participate in something like that. Obviously at a local level. Nowhere near the Olympic level at all. Obviously beginner, amateur, walk-on level. I would be interested in doing that. But it seems fun. It seems like quite a bit of fun. But Winter Olympics are underway. Go Team USA. Let's go get the gold. Let's get more golds. And let's win the Olympics, right? So we had... the Olympics we had Tokyo, right? Last summer. Now we have Beijing. So, in China. So, see what else went on this past weekend. Olympics will be going on, by the way, until February 20th, until the 20th, which will be 2 weeks from today. So, and then that'll be the end of it. So, go Team USA, absolutely, 110%. Also, this past weekend was the NHL All-Stars. Of course, speaking about hockey, especially about hockey, NHL All-Stars. Boston Bruins' Patrice Bergeron was one of the All-Stars for the Bruins. Did pretty well. Some of the competitions were interesting. I even liked how they did the little toss-across event in front of the Bellagio. They had the fountain toss-across in front of the Bellagio in Vegas because that's where the NHL All-Stars is this year. So, of course, the All-Star games are tonight. I think tonight, or was it last night? I think it might have been last night. I was so busy last night. So, yeah, those have been going on. And, yeah. So, a lot of cool things. Olympics and NHL All-Stars. Good stuff. We'll see. Tonight, my bowling team has a matchup again tonight against a very tough opponent, very competitive opponent. So we'll look to dominate and hopefully do well with that. And then Last week, by the way, we end up dominating last week our opponent. We took all 8 points and we moved up a standing, and we're looking only about 3 to 4 points away from taking first place again. So hopefully this week will be a good week. Tonight will be a good night, and we could do well enough to get back up there. So that'll be great, and such. Let's see. Yeah. So that's what's going on this weekend. Next weekend, of course, is Super Bowl Sunday. Oh yeah, and today was the Pro Bowl, right? AFC and NFC. Our New England Patriots quarterback Mac Jones in there, so that's awesome. Pro Bowl, don't forget to watch that. That's interesting. That's also in Vegas. Pretty cool. But next week is the big game. The big game for the NFL. It is the Super Bowl. It'll be underdog versus underdog. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Los Angeles Rams in SoFi Stadium, which is home to the Los Angeles Rams, will be the second team I recall this is a long time who was hosted the Super Bowl, and it'll be the first team in a long time, or the first time in franchise history that a team has hosted the conference championship and the national championship, or the Super Bowl in the same season or something like that. So pretty cool stuff. A lot of history being made. A lot of people's brackets were busted like several weeks ago, like a couple weeks, several, about 2 or 3 games ago, probably earlier in the bracket, right? Like a week or two ago, go. So we'll see. I mean, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, or some pick Cincinnati, hopefully win. Some pick Los Angeles, hopefully they win. I don't know. I'm just going to watch it because it's football. It's a big game, and it should be a pretty interesting event. So I always like to celebrate the Super Bowl, whether the Pats are in it or not. So check it out. Just to give you another heads up, a reminder, in about 4 weeks or so, Courtesy Call will be taking a 2-week hiatus. We won't have a new episode for about 2, almost 3 weeks. And it's because my lady and I will be going on vacation in the beginning of March. We'll be heading to South Florida for a day or so, and then we'll be heading to the Caribbean for a little over a week, and then spending more time in South Florida, and then before coming back home. So we'll be going on vacation for about 2 weeks. And for those 2 weeks, you can listen to episode 52, which will be episode 52 at the time, unless something happens to where we don't produce 52. You'll get to listen to the previous episode for those 2 weeks. But I'll definitely keep you guys in check. I'll keep you guys in the loop and updated. So again, Courtesy Call taking a 2-week hiatus in the beginning of March. Because my lady and I will be taking vacation, a much needed vacation. So, quick reminder. All right, now let's get into our 2 societal topics of my choice. The first one, I'll make this real quick. The first one is something I haven't really discussed. I don't think I've discussed maybe once, but definitely needs to be addressed, and definitely needs to be thrown out there. It's a big problem in society, and it's a problem that could cause prices to get higher. And what has been been one of the main sources of having prices skyrocket, and that is, of course, theft. To take something that doesn't belong to you not only hurts you, it hurts other people. When society goes out there, and when society starts like falling apart and people out there start stealing from other people, it not only does that person go without that item that they needed or wanted, but it also hurts you because it destroys your character. It also cheats you out of earning stuff fairly. Theft is not okay. It never will be okay. It should be punishable by a good amount of crime. Every time you start, theft, creating theft or committing theft, you should get penalized. It's highly selfish just to grab something without even asking. That doesn't belong to you. and not want to earn it the right way. Okay? Stop thieving. I don't know what you think you're getting away with. I don't know what you think you're trying to deal with here. You know, you're going to get caught. You know that. Pretty much everybody who's thieved or has taken, has committed theft has been caught and been prosecuted and has been sentenced. And the sentence doesn't set well with the person. Of course, it kind of can be very consequential, and that person will definitely learn from their mistakes. It's absolutely 110% not okay to steal from other people. Not okay. Don't do it. You will be consequenced. People don't understand the cause and effect. All they see is the selfish way out. Don't be selfish. Do things the right way. Work hard and get for what you have. Work hard for what you have and don't take from others. Plain and simple. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Quick. Second societal topic of my choice, the second of the two societal topics of my choice, is a big one. And it probably could play a role somewhat, maybe kind of correlate or go with with Valentine's Day, which is a week from tomorrow. And this is, of course, to make sure you keep things stable and, you can get a Valentine. This has to do with jealousy. This is jealousy. This is about jealousy. Okay. And it's not just about jealousy over a significant other or someone being with someone and not someone else. It could be someone has something. And this could also play off from theft as well. People can get jealous because someone has something that they want and they feel like they're unable to get it. So it creates jealousy. People get jealous and they commit crimes. They hurt other people. They damage their own character and damage themselves because they think it's unfair. When in reality, a lot of jealousy is it's off of maturity. It's all based off of maturity. And those proven who to be, completely jealous over things don't exactly possess the highest level of maturity. Excuse me. Don't be jealous. For instance, you get like a significant other, or you have a girl that you see, or a man that you see. You see someone who you find attractive, and you want to, get with them, be an item with them, have a relationship. You're interested in this person, but you see they're with someone else. Now, this goes old school, back when I was in high school, back when, generations before me were in high school, and before me were in high school. Jealousy has always been present, especially of the youth, right? But you see a lot of it with grown adults. And you think if you're grown up enough, you wouldn't get that jealous. You would have the maturity to not get jealous too much, right? So I would say, I would say you guys have got to relax. Do not get jealous. Do not become jealous. Okay? Try to earn things the fair way and get it the fair way. Sometimes, you might have interest in something, but someone else may have it, opposed to getting jealous and doing the wrong thing. Just say, hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of opportunities out there. There's plenty of other items out there. Work your ass off. Make your adjustments. Do what you have to do. And become a person of credibility enough to get that person, that item, or opportunity. Don't ever be jealous. Jealous is a sign of immaturity. It's a sign of mindlessness, and a sign of it could be a behavioral disorder as well. Don't be jealous. Okay? Do your thing. Don't be immature. Respect others. Respect other people, and be a mature adult. Okay? Be mature and don't be jealous. That's what it is. Be, do your thing. So, take the mature way out. So anyway, that wraps it up. That is the end of the two societal topics of my choice. And that is the end of the episode. Yes, we have reached the end of the episode. I want to thank IPMNation.com's president and CEO, Matt Connerton, for giving us the spot. And of course, all you listeners for tuning in. Be sure to tune in to next week's episode, which will be episode 50, where I will, talk about headlines, what's hot in the headlines. talk more about our wonderful president, President Biden, maybe make fun of the former guy. Also, I'll be looking to have a special guest. We'll see if I can pull it off. I'll let you guys know. I'll post it on both the Twitter, Facebook page, and Twitter page, and let you guys know what's going on with that. But yes, the 50th episode is next week, which will be Super Bowl Sunday. And yeah, it will be fun. I'll also give you the latest updates on COVID-19, the vaccinations, as well as a new headhunt segment, and two more societal topics, more societal topics of my choice. So that is episode 50, which will be available for download a week from today, Super Bowl Sunday, February 13th, 2022 at 10 a.m. here on IPMNation.com. Also, don't forget to check out Matt Connerton Unleashed, weekdays at 4 p.m. on 95.3 WMNH, on the Matt Connerton Unleashed Facebook Live page, and right here on IPMNation.com. All right. On behalf of Courtesy Call Podcast, I am your host, Scott Perry. Be kind, be mindful, and do your part. Take care, everybody. Go Team USA.